बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन अस्सलातु वस्सलामु अला सय्यिदिल मुरसलीन नबीना मुहम्मद व अला आलिहि व अस्हाबिहि अजमाइन रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। अल्लाहुम्मा अन्फ़अना बिमा अल्लमतना व अल्लिमना मा यनफ़अुना। O Allah, benefit us through what you teach us, and teach us what benefits us and increase us in knowledge. My dear sisters and brothers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah bless you all. You have left your comforts and your precious time with family and you are here. So this gives me a lot of courage to share with you all what all I have in mind, and I am trying my best, but I am afraid it's not going that much. I divided the topic of youth, their issues, into 4 parts, if you remember, and Brother Shafiq has reminded me. The first part was foundational part. To understand the problem, we have to understand ourselves. Who is Allah and what is human being? The next 2 parts were actually talking about how to deal, whether parents, teachers, this was part B, or the youth themselves. But since what is to be told, it is overlaps each other. No youth is present here. So whatever youth require, whatever parents require is more or less same. This is 2 overlapping parts, so it can be combined into one. The last part was to deal with specific issues, like what they are bothering. So there are many issues, but I am afraid I lost so much of time in foundational aspect. Foundation I consider very important. When strong foundation is there, even if the upper structure is not constructed, building is not constructed, at least foundation is so strong that any time when you get money, you can build a structure. You need not start from foundation, or making the foundation takes time. You have to dig the ground, you have to bring the required material and make it strong. So I was focusing on this foundational aspect more than rather going. Why this? Because all the issues spring from this. If you understand who Allah is, that itself is enough to solve all problems. If you really know who Allah is in real sense, what is the true concept of Allah, not as inherited or theoretical knowledge about Allah, but the understanding, deeper understanding of Allah. So once you have this understanding proper, at least 50% of your job is done. Many things arise from this. And next 25% problems, we have to understand ourselves with reference to Allah. Where do we stand in Allah's creation, whole scheme of creation? And that is also very important. So my topics in understanding anything concerning Islam, first topic should be Allah. First topic should be Allah. Most important. The real reality, real truth, the unseen reality. If Allah is not there in the teaching, nothing is there. Because our existence, Allah is the main thing. Then comes, who are we? With reference to the creature of Allah. So, if these two things are understood, majority of the problems are solved. 90% we reach, the 10% we can deal, it becomes easy. So, I am trying my best to address those two issues. I have almost done with the first issue, but the last part of yesterday's session I had to hurriedly pass through. I am sorry for that, but I wanted to make sure that I could successfully put across my points, my argument, and it reaches you. But I am sure still it is not very clear. I am sure. Why? I don't want to go there because it will take more time. Anyway, then my next topic is what? Human being or man. So, I am going to start from this. So, I know in answering who is Allah, how is He, and what is our relationship, that means His rights, if we understand those. So, this is the first part. I need not go to recap. Now, this is the human being, the basic 4 questions which every human being should know the answers, proper answers from the dependable source, from the trustworthy source, not any source. When we want to know the source, which is the source? The Creator. This is the only source which can answer these questions, no other source. Human mind is not capable of answering these questions. They answer from their own understanding, So, we need to go to what our Creator informs us about us, who we are. So, the first inquisitive question, the first question we need to understand is, what is human being? What? We use human being many times, humanitarian ground and all those things. What actually it is meant? What is meant by human being? Then, with bigger picture, what is his position or status in the whole scheme of creation? Allah has created the whole universe. Where do we stand in this? This is also important. If we don't know, then we don't know anything. We don't know yourself. Then this is also important. We are here in this world. What we are supposed to do? You are here, what are you doing? An animal is there, what does he do? To survive, eats, drinks, sleeps, reproduces, gone. Are we just like animals? Or we are supposed to go beyond that biological fulfillment of life? So, this is, I say, job description. You have been given an assignment on this earth to manage the earth, and you have been given certain job. You have been appointed as chief executive, and you have been given job description, you are supposed to do this. And these powers have been delegated by the Creator. And you have got the powers, and you have got the tools. Are you able to perform that properly? Are you doing justice to the job description, or you are deviating from that? This we have to understand. Then where we will land? What is our ultimate destiny? What will happen to us when we die? Is this the end of it, or there is something more? If there is something more, what it is? Nobody can come back to life and say, oh, this happens, after you die, you will be done, you will be facing these, those things, these things. Even if somebody says something, can you believe? No, you will not believe. Because it is not possible to come back from death and to share with others what we experienced after death. But as human beings, there are many more things to know, but comprehensively, this is the basic things to know. Okay, I am going to talk about what is human being, and all these things will be covered in a different way. There is a saying in Arabic, Man arafa nafsahu faqad arafa rabbah. Whoever knows himself, this human being, he knows his Lord, his Rabb. That means, if you want, unless you know yourself, then you cannot understand what is your Creator, how is He. This means, whoever knows himself well would keep himself busy, reforming himself instead of talking about the faults of others. Himself means focus on yourself. This is Hafiz Ibn al-Qayyim has derived the meaning from this. Trying to please Allah instead of trying to please yourself. Trying to please Allah, this is the target. And what we are doing? We are trying to please ourselves. This is the whole problem. All this youth problem, adult problem, and then human problem, they land here only. You want to please yourself, nafs. Whereas what is supposed to be? You have to please the Creator. Why? All the creatures, irrespective of whether they have life or not, even lifeless creatures, the sun, the moon, the universe, everything does exactly the same job for which they were created. I will repeat again. Every creature, somebody has to, Brother Aman, you have to repeat, so be careful. Every creature is supposed to, it has been created, every creature has been created for performing certain functions, certain job for which the creature is existing. Every creature does exactly the same job which is allotted by the Creator. Every creature does the same job which is allotted by the Creator without any personal wish. This is by default. This is the inborn or inbuilt quality. You cannot do other way. There are many examples. For example, Allah has created gravitational pull. What happens? Water, if it gets slope, it goes down. Why it goes down? Because of gravity, pull. Something is pulling. Where from this force is there? And why is it not there in the space? Space shuttle, we see those who are astronauts, they are floating. Even water, he throws the water drops are not falling. The same water which is going down, it is not there. So all those things, that means here on this earth, in this universe, everything, every creature does exactly the same job for which it is created. Earth is created for a purpose, earth does the same job. Sun is created for a purpose, sun does the same job. The only exception is rather two, but we are concerned for one, so I will focus. Those who have been given freedom of choice. You follow and do the same thing for which you are created, or you don't want to do, don't do. But every other creature does it, except this fellow human being. He is given freedom of choice. So instead of pleasing Allah, this pleasing Allah becomes theoretical. So I refer to this in order to understand in a simpler language, in a practical language. You are created for performing certain job by which Allah is pleased. But you are not. You are pleasing yourself and you are landing yourself in troubles. It is destructive to yourself and we don't understand. That's why Allah has guided us, because freedom of choice is there. Allah knows this fellow will use this choice in wrong way. But choice is given to test whether he really believes in Allah and performs the job for which he was created, or takes the wrong course to land himself in problem. And unfortunately, he follows the wrong because of we have discussed this. There are some things like pull, attraction of the world, then push from the nafs, and outside forces, the greatest pusher, shaitan. So Allah has put these things which are operating, and to save this person who is having choice naturally needs help. When such things happening, I don't want to go the water to down, so I should do something to keep it up, to store it. So I have to provide something, some utensil, and if you want to take up, I have to make arrangement of pump sort of thing which can push up. So those arrangements Allah has made. So to counterpart that, Allah has given in ourselves certain things which are helpful to us to overcome this pull, push and shaitan. Pull, push, for overcoming pull and push, which are internal, which every nafs, where every human being has these tools. What are these tools? We identified with ayn. All the three start with ayn. Anybody remembers? The tools which are helpful to overcome the pull, push. Okay. Number one. Ilm is number one. You should have knowledge. With reference to that knowledge, you have to apply aql. And aql alone is not enough. You have to have azm, willpower. So these are the things, these qualities which are necessary to fight the pull and push. And then to counterpart attack from shaitan, who is there? Allah. If you are making connection with Allah, khalas, nothing is, no one can harm. I did not please a constable or a ordinary policeman when I am a friend of King Hamad. Who is this fellow? King Hamad is my friend. If I take Allah as most powerful, which He is, which we are not understanding, then who are these things? Why I should please any Tom, Dick and Harry? I should please Allah. This thing is not understood. So what all our energies are going to please yourself, nafs. So this is the understanding of the scholar, and this language he put comprehensively, which is scholarly, and it becomes theory if you do not transform into practical language. So, human being, how this is understanding nafs. So, in reply to that, I found that human being is very special creature in several ways. Very special creature. Not only special, very special creature in several ways. In his creation, in his nature, in his status with reference to the whole creation, and in his job in this worldly life. This is very special. No other creature is special in respect of these things. So, number one, the Creator has blessed him with honor and dignity. This is the first thing. Human beings should understand this. I am an honored creature. My creation is, King Hamad has given me the post of Prime Minister. I should not behave like a police constable. I am Prime Minister. You have got power. Yes, Allah has given us power and means to execute His power. Allah has given those things. That's why He says in the verse which quoted from the Quran, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. And indeed, وَلَقَدْ, La itself is one alphabet which indicates force of for this statement. For sure. Qad is much more. It is with certainty, indeed. Don't doubt about it. For sure. Who is giving this assurance? The Creator. For sure, we have created, we have honored the descendants of children of Adam. Adam is already honored because he was created, and the descendants were sent on the earth. They came up here. So Allah is addressing, we have honored the human beings. We have carried them on land and sea. We are ruling on land and sea, and have provided them with good things. So these are the favors, and this is the thing, and we have preferred them with a marked preference. That means Ashraful Makhluqat. You are the crown of the creation. Your status is very high. Don't behave like a ordinary person. You are very high. Whether you are a believer in Allah or not, this is with reference to human. Karamna Bani Adam. Bani Adam is the typical example is given in the Quran by two sons only. Adam alayhi salam had many sons and daughters. We don't know about them, but we know about two. Why? They are the characters which represent good man and good guy, bad guy. So his activity of a good guy, what was it? How he responded? And the bad guy, how he responded. So when he says Bani Adam, both Habil and Qabil included. Qabil was the culprit, but he is also Karramna, but means honor, dignity applies to him also. So non-Muslims, Muslims, human being, the dignity of human dignity. We are chosen people of God. We cannot claim. Every human being is honored, and Allah judges on the basis of not what is your religious title. Allah judges on the basis of your consciousness of Allah, your understanding of Allah, your awareness that Allah is there watching me, so I have to please Allah. And this belongs to nobody can see. This place is hard, and Allah knows who is close to Allah, who is connected to Allah, who is not. You may be having big degrees in religious knowledge. You may be looking very religious by appearance. You may be claiming a lot of things. You may be doing very religious things. But inside, if there is hypocrisy, all these things are gone. So who knows this? Whether he is hypocrite or not? No, only Allah knows. And this is told in this Surah Al-Hujurat. What is that verse? Ya ayyuhan nas, addressing all human beings. Man, people, Ya ayyuhan nas, which is including Muslims, non-Muslim. We have created you from male and female and spread you and made tribes and yeah. So this is for what purpose? One tribe to another tribe, or one identity to another identity. لِتَعَارَفُوا, so that you understand each other, you know each other, you appreciate each other, not to fight with each other. When you go to a garden which there is only one type of flower is there, you feel happy, or you see a variety. Rose garden, I went to rose garden in India, it had different colors of rose, different smells. Even there was black rose. Have you heard about a rose which is black? No, it is there. So I was so much interested to spend time there. It was attractive. Variety is attraction. And this is God given. Variety. But if you see a herd of buffaloes, all buffaloes are the same. But if you go to zoo, variety of animals, we take our children, they enjoy variety. So differences are to appreciate, not to hate. So this is, and then Allah says, all this is there. Inna akramakum atqakum. The most honored of you is the one who is most God conscious. So this is the deciding factor. This is the deciding factor. It is not your claim, religious claim. It is not you call yourself Muslim or call yourself a Jew or a Christian or a whatever label. No, this label doesn't matter. What matters is consciousness, taqwa. Taqwa is a term, and we use taqwa. We are not very clear about what it means. So we have to, our understanding, I always tell, it is shallow understanding. Because we use this as a term academically or theoretically, which is taught, and it is fixed. And as even a kid is taught, we have to have taqwa. So taqwa lectures are there, lessons are there. He understands taqwa. But deeper understanding is not there. And that is the reason. So deeper understanding is very important. So consciousness, this English translation, God consciousness. It has the shades of meaning of abstaining from some wrong things, abstaining from harms, doing wrong things, and then fear, fear of getting lost, and then the third thing is righteousness. These two qualities, number one, if you are abstaining from doing anything wrong and you afraid of doing something wrong, will be, not good for you, then you become righteous. So all those things, I will not go into those details. The thing to understand is, we have to be conscious and we have to be aware of that God is watching. God is watching every moment. So if this awareness is there, you will not do anything wrong, whatever wrong is there. Okay, so this is the first thing. Okay. Allah has put other creatures under our service. They are subservient to us. In Allah says, including, don't you see that Allah has made subservient to you whatever is in the heavens and earth? Everything is for your service. The sun, the moon. Sun is giving the service, energy. All this activity you are doing, whether accumulating money by illegal means, energy is there. Where from this energy has come? Through sun. If you are not exposed to sun, you don't have, you will suffer. Energy comes from sun. And all etc. The sun, I just took one example. Cattle, the elephant, such a big animal. I have seen myself when I was in the jungle. An ordinary boy is controlling the elephant. He is the driver of the elephant. And this elephant picks logs of wood and transports to wherever the boy takes. I travelled on elephant because I was crossing the river Brahmaputra, the biggest river in the world, on elephant back. So I have seen what happens, how the elephant becomes so docile, controlled by human being. Such a strong person, no, physically weak in front of elephant. But this is to understand that all the creatures, whether sun, moon, whatever is there, are designed to serve you. Why? To serve, perform your job as a human being. For this purpose, human being has been assigned some job, and that job requires other things to listen to your orders. So those things which are helpful to us, whether for transport or for food, we eat flesh from goats, from sheep, from cow, from such things, eggs, source of vitamins, from hen, they become subservient to us. So all these things we don't contemplate, no. And has lavished His favors. Allah has lavished His favors upon you, both seen and unseen. These are seen, but there are many favors which are unseen, we don't realize. So Allah is telling, the Creator is telling, I have given so much. I have given honor and dignity and put things under your control. This is your power. This is number 2. Number 3, Allah has commanded the angels to accept the superiority by bowing down to them. This mentioned the story of Adam salam when he was created. He asked angels and jinns to bow down to Adam alayhi salam. All they obeyed. Since the jinns have the freedom of choice, Iblis did not obey. All the even angels bowed down. Angels, we say this fellow is like an angel. And what does it mean? Angels cannot commit wrong. Angels, they are done excellent, closest creatures to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Arsh. They always praise Allah, they always worship Allah, glorify Allah. closest creature, and Allah has commanded them, bow down. Bow down means accept superiority. So they all did. That means the status of human being is that he is higher than angels. Why? Why?
Because Allah has given us intellect,
So- sorry?
given mind, intellect, and or willpower.
Sister is saying because Allah has given us intellect and willpower.
Yeah.
To do right or wrong, but angel doesn't have
Option.
choice to do wrong.
Freedom of choice.
Yeah. Any other things? Aman bhai, what do you think? Yes, that is correct. If you are using this tool, intellect, and using this tool, guidance, to make the choice, right choice, and don't commit the wrong, using these tools, then you are doing, though you have been given choice, you have not disobeyed. You have followed Allah's commands. All other creatures, they don't have any choice. They are made to obey Allah. So, somebody is automatically by default obeying, that fellow, that person, that entity is preferred, or one who obeys willingly, naturally, making choice and happy to obey, naturally this is superior. So, this is to give this impact that you have been given choice, but over and above the angels. The third, this is about the nature of his creator. A special creature in the sense that Allah has created him in the best form. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. Best stature. The creation itself is in a very, strangely compact and well designed manner. Best form. These are the things, details we don't go. Next, human being is a special creature in the sense that Allah has created him by his own hands. This is mentioned. This is not mentioned for any other creature. His own hands. Of course, Allah doesn't have hand. He doesn't need hands. He has to just command be, and things comes into existence. So, what is the meaning of by his own hands? That means that is special attention given to you. And this is not used for any other creature. I created by his own hands means pointing out to the speciality, that this much honor is there. When you say, I have my own, my son, when I say so, it gives dignity and honor that he is calling my son. Of course, I am not his son, but out of love, out of honor, this is addressed like this. This speciality is, he says, and when I have fashioned him and breathed into him my spirit, وَنَفَخْتَ فِيهِ insan in Bani Adam, min ruhi, from my spirit, from my ruh. This is speciality. Next, human being is given power and authority to inherit and rule the earth. Khalifa, in charge to manage. He is the general manager. He is the inheritor. No other creature inherits the earth. He inherits. He manipulates. He mess ups the environment. All those things. No other creature does this. Animals don't do. And we are the persons. This global warming, who is responsible? Human being. Instead of using in the good way, all this thing is used for harmful things. Khalifa, manager. This is not, exactly the translation. The translation is vicegerent, deputy, representative, inheritor. These are the translations. But these things become theory if we do not understand in practical terms. So in order to make understanding easy, I say general manager, chief executive, to rule the earth. You are the in charge. Okay, do your job. Take care of all the creatures. Human rights. Allah has given human rights from the beginning. And now the Western people, they use these animal rights. What is animal rights? This is Islamic teaching that you are supposed to take care of all the creatures. Don't spoil the balance, mizan, the balance which Allah has created. In Surah Rahman, the ayah is there. But human being doesn't pay attention to this. Khalifa, this is very important. This is a responsibility. The special powers, authority and control over other creatures are given to him for nothing. No, to do the job as a responsible creature. You have been created a responsible creature. You cannot do whatever you like, affecting other creatures. No. Even lifeless things, the environment, you cannot play with this. This is another creature of Allah. So these are the things so important which are mentioned by the Creator only with reference to human being. And what human beings doing? Nothing. Going opposite way. There is another point about human being which has more than one interpretation, but I have chosen to represent my angle of looking at it. This is not my personal angle. Scholars, they interpret it like this. There is a hadith. This is not from Quran. All other previous things, 8 things were from Quran. Allah directly telling. Allah has created Adam in His own image. And exactly the same wording appear in the Bible. Allah created man in His own image. The same statement, exactly the same. First when I came across, I was surprised. How come? Then I investigated how should it be understood. So from Muslim point of view, how it is understood, and Christian point of view, how they have understood. So I understood in the way that Allah has bestowed in man certain divine qualities which is not given to any other creature. And what are those qualities? Knowledge, wisdom, creativity, freedom of choice, compassion, which is number 1, it should be. Compassion. Allah is Rahman. And the mercy, the power of mercy is given to insan, not to animal. Whatever animal does, which looks like caring, this is instinct, not using choice. So human being has been given such creativity. Human being creates many things. Laptop, PowerPoint presentation is possible because this is a new creation. 100 years back it was not possible. So this new creation, as the time passes, human being gets advanced. In contrast, animals, elephant, biggest animal, or whale in the water, 10,000 years back, what was the lifestyle of our eating habits and other things for animal? Same today, no change. If you see human being, great changes, and we are identified as dark ages, and then the advancement of civilization, and then Bronze Age, and all those things, division, progressive development of human civilization to the extent that man could reach moon, landed on moon. No animal can do this. In transportation, in communication, great advances, unthinkable. When I told my grandma, naturally I am myself old, imagine, at her time, but when Neil Armstrong landed on moon, I told grandma, you heard the news? Man has landed on moon. Oh, don't believe this. How is it possible? These are all, don't believe. How is this possible? It's not possible. Don't trust. Even if you say somebody, no trust. It's not possible. But it is reality. So at that time, the knowledge and the understanding of human beings was much less. So, and then when TV was invented, what is happening some other place, we are able to see. How is it possible? First time when TV I saw in exhibition, Soviet Union, black and white, so we were all attracted. How it works? How is it possible? So those things are now, even a baby knows about smartphone. A baby is more familiar with smartphone than me. He knows that sleeping and getting to the cartoon, he knows better than me how to start. All these things are known. Modern kid is well aware. Open the eyes in this particular, well developed. So all this development means human beings no more like that. All this is because of creativity. The creativity is a quality of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But that creativity, Allah's creativity is different than human creativity. So there are unique features in Allah's attributes which we discussed already. I will not repeat. Actually, creativity is not real. Our creativity is not real creativity. It is making. We make things out of the created things. We make, in America, houses are made by wood. You make house, you do not create house. But when something new is invented, we say creation. So this is loose word, but real creation is from nothingness to existence. This is the creation. Other things are created things to make another new thing, invent other things. And after telling all those things, Allah says, Ya ayyuhal insan, ma gharraka rabbi rabbikal kareem. Oh man, what has turned you arrogant? What happened to you? What happened to you? He's telling us, you're so special to me. I'm so much blessing you. I give you minimum 10 times multiplied your any good deed. But if you do one bad deed, I don't count only one. And if you intend to do a good deed and you don't do, I will count as one good deed. See, I did not do anything. I changed my mind. Instead of committing bad deed, which I intended in the beginning, then I changed my mind. So this is counted as one good deed. So much generosity. Why this? Why this generosity so much? Why this generosity? Salman bhai?
To encourage us to fulfill our mission, to encourage us to obedience, motivate us, inspire us.
Sheikh Isa?
Same as him.
So?
Same answer as him.
Yes.
He don't want us to go on the wrong track so that he will put on a hell. He wanted to go.
Due to love of Allah.
Exactly. Allah loves you. He wants to see you in Jannah. This is your birthplace. Your proto-parents, your original parents, they were created here, they were praised here, and I have sent you, your descendants, for a period of time, but you have to come back here. Come back here. That's why we say, Inna lillahi. We are all for Allah. And wa inna ilahi rajiun. We are going to go back to Him. This is His property. He wants us. He is encouraging us by so many favors. Only thing is, you have to use the tools. When He has given the freedom of choice, then by using this choice in the right way, for which He has provided tools, you pass the test for which He has sent here for a period of time, short period of time. And you are failed. That's why He is asking, what happened to you? This statement, if you really understand Arabic, this fellow reading this verse will get tears in eyes. Such a great affection, love and affection is expressed in this. The Creator is telling a very insignificant creature in the universe, oh, I have given so much of honor to you, preferred you over so many creatures, and what has happened to you? Why you have become arrogant? You disobey me? All I am doing is out of my love for you. I want to see you have a comfortable eternal life, but you are jumping out to go to the fire. Now, these are the special features which we cited. Now, I will pass through quickly what is the nature of man. The special creature is one thing. Man has, by nature, certain outward things and inward things. Instinctive aspect, the continuous behavioral aspect, the conscious behavioral aspect. So, what are those aspects? Physical aspects, biological aspects. They are outward. This refers to body. These aspects of human being, which are his physical existence, biological existence, which is represented by body, and inward, so this we have discussed also many times. When we say man, we have to imagine human being with reference to all these aspects. Man is not just like animal. Animal doesn't have other than the physical and biological. He may be looking intelligent, but is not intelligent. It is instinct. What wonderful an animal thing, wonderful things animal does is out of instinct. He doesn't analyze, whereas human being analyzes. He has mind, mental, intellect, intellectual aspect, mental aspect, and then spiritual aspects, which is, I make it easy to understand. Spiritual refers to connectivity with the Creator. Your connection with the Creator, this is spiritual. Moral and social, this with reference to all the above things are with reference to individual, and this is with reference to community. A human being is not just individual, but a social animal, they say. So these two are animal aspects, and these are human aspects. People are using only these aspects to fulfill the what required by body. Intellectual aspects, they are used for dunya, not for the pleasure of Allah. So you are very smart for dunya purpose. But these are the human aspects. Your mind, if it is properly oriented, your soul is connected to Allah, and your behavior with reference to other human beings, then you are human. Okay. Each aspect, all those aspects, has its own role and function. Role and function. That means the way you are supposed to do, you have been allotted that particular assignment. Each aspect has a legitimate needs. Body has needs. It needs food. It needs rest. So all those needs have been provided. This we have discussed earlier. Each aspect has its right to fulfill its needs, and Allah has provided a right to fulfill these needs. It's the right to eat food. You cannot leave the body without food, because body is a trust from the Creator. You didn't ask for the body, He has given you. So you have to take care. You are responsible to take care of your body. You cannot destroy your body. This is also explained in the Quran. The fulfillment of these needs, Allah has provided man with necessary ways and means. Okay. Now, point B in the nature of man. First, point A was aspects of existence, and then certain positive qualities, point B, and negative qualities in the human nature. What are the positive qualities unique to man? Somebody? Sheikh Isa?
They can have the ability to think.
Dr. Nida?
Knowledge, compassion, kindness.
Okay. Aql, yes, so right. This is intelligence. exclusive with man. Man only thinks. Animal doesn't think. Instinct. What working with animal is instinct. Animal has brain, not mind. No explanation needed. Now we come to negative. Any negative?
Impatience.
So many, huh? Yes. These are weaknesses. Negative qualities are weaknesses. These weaknesses are given to man to see whether he is using the choice rightly or wrongly. So, yeah, unless the good and bad is available, Allah wants to see which one you choose. And for that, He has given tool. What is the tool? What is the tool, sister? Dr. Nida?
Intellect, the willpower,
Taqwa.
willpower, and
Intellect, aql. But aql are not always not helpful. Then another tool.
knowledge.
Now, knowledge is connected with aql.
Okay.
Another tool, when aql fails, aql has its own limit.
Connection with
Connection with wahi, revelation from God, that guides you. Where aql doesn't work, then there is another source which is more than aql. This is wahi, guidance. So when it comes to desires, temptations, why they are there? Because I am interested in quick things. Tomorrow, we will see tomorrow. Today I want. There is some temptation. Let me enjoy. No, it will lead to harm. Doesn't matter. We will see. But at this time, I must enjoy. He prefers immediate benefits rather than strive for ultimate what is good for me. Good and bad right now, not ultimate. For example, I tell lies, cheat people. Why I benefited? I get money immediately. But ultimately it is destructive. Slowly it will spoil you. Lying is not pay you. It can work to a certain extent and then it shows its results, its consequences, negative consequences. When I put my hand on fire, what happens? It burns. So will I put? No. Why? Result is immediate. But I know lying, cheating, killing, they are not good, but still I do. Why? The result is not immediate. So I am interested in immediate benefits. And the word dunya, which is Arabic word, is derived from this. The meaning of dunya is, which from adna, we say in Urdu also, adna. Adna means low, lowly. Yes, kamtareen, lowly. Dunya is having this character, low character. It is not worth, and I give importance. And danu means something near, something nearby. It is available now. It is not far away. Akhirah is far away. Dunya is now available. So I care for the nearest benefit, not the ultimate benefit. Even though it is eternal, whatever happens is eternal, long lasting, but I don't care. I want short benefit, yeah. Let me cheat for the short benefits. Even intellect and reason cannot function when the fulfillment of selfish desires, they are strong. The simple example I give is smoking. On the cigarette packet, warning, statutory warning, legal warning. What is the warning? Injurious to health. I read it, but I smoke. Who is telling this warning? Not mullah, not priest, not pandit. Warning is given by scientists, doctors. And in Malaysia, they print the consequence of smoking by showing pictures. They print the pictures of how it affects lungs, how it creates lungs cancer. They see all this still. Same cigarette packet, takes out cigarette to smoke. Which means his reasoning is not working there. Why? Immediately I enjoy, and cancer, when it will happen, maybe when I become old, so let me have good time now. Who cares? So all this evil, they argue like this. This is enjoyment, there is temptation. Why do you hunger? Attraction. There is a pull, attraction. There is a gravitational attraction, takes you down, but I am attracted. I can't help. So to overcome help, the reason fails. And then the Creator says, ultimately this is going to destroy you. Listen to me, I am the Creator, and I love you. I want you to save you. Come back to this eternal life of bliss, peaceful life, enjoyable life here. No, I am interested in only this. Accumulate 20. The person is going to die tomorrow, but he is always worried about his $1 million. What will help? How will it help?
Or is it peer pressure?
Sorry?
Many people are afraid from the people.
Yes.
What people will say.
So they cannot understand this simple logic. So man has a need, because reason always, intellect always doesn't help. So divine guidance is a need, spiritual need. It is not for blessing. We read Quran. Quran introduces itself as book of guidance, not book of blessings. But we read only for blessings. How? Alif, Lam, Mim, 10 plus 10 plus 10, 30 good deeds. If I read the whole Quran, how many? Millions. Why I should care for other things? Alas, I am very happy. I got this. Why to understand Quran? No, I don't need. I am Hafiz. One Hafiz al-Quran from Indo-Pak. One, our Imam in America, he is from Arab. He says, you are Hafiz al-Quran. You don't understand the meaning? There is no need. Alif Lam Mim, 10 plus 10 plus 10. And I have got so many good deeds written in my records. Why you should care? What is he missing?
Understanding.
Sorry?
Intellect.
Understanding of Quran. The connection. The
No, with reference to Quran,
Yeah.
he is focusing on only blessing.
Guidance.
So what is the point which is missing? Objective. What is the objective of Quran? Guidance. Objective of Quran. What we are using, if somebody dies, okay, we'll read Quran. Ramadan, okay, we'll finish Quran. Very rapidly. I feel formality is completed. And I am happy that I got so much of reading. This is the attitude towards Quran. So we should know the rights of Quran. What are the rights of Quran? They should be taught to primary school level kid. And we are not taught that. This basic thing. It doesn't require. In these rights, first is reading. Reading. We read. That's all. This is lowest level. Why should we read? Now, second level, to understand it. Because reading, how can you understand? Okay, why do you want to understand? To get guidance, practical life, how to put it, this particular information which I got through reading and understanding, how I can apply in my practical life. What else?
Teach others. To teach.
Acted, no, this is third. This is why I am guided. This is objective fulfilled. Is the end of it?
To spread the knowledge.
Yeah, you cannot keep it to yourself. No other prophet is going to come to guide humankind. Now it is responsibility on us. So it is important to convey to others. So all these are rights of Quran. We don't know. Yes, we should know this. Okay. The same thing which I explained earlier, the different levels of guidance. Guidance is not referred only through wahi, through revelation, through Quran or scriptures, but basically Allah provides guidance. The lowest form of guidance is instinct and senses. Senses lead you to feel, I should not do this. I feel the effect. That's why I don't touch fire. It burns. This is lowest, which is innate, instinctive, inside by default, and enjoyed by animals also. Higher than this is intellect. It's a tool which I was telling. And highest is divine guidance. Actually, Creator is informing what is good and what is bad. So this is already talked. And this thing, that this is innate, inborn, by default it is there with us whether you like it or not. This thing also innate, but this thing you need to be acquired. This knowledge has to be acquired. So you have to read for this. Not only read, understand this. Not only understand, apply on this, yes. Sorry. Man's behavior with reference to his status. Sorry, I did not edit it properly, so things are not appearing. What is the misunderstanding? Misunderstanding is he considered himself superior, independent, self-sufficient. I can do anything. Who are you to do anything? One small virus has affected the whole world. New York, busy centers, they were empty. So one fellow, he was appearing and he was a Christian in America. He was telling, see, this is God's action. This small virus has affected you. You are helpless. Where do you stand? Understand God, His power. This is eye-opening. So he thinks himself independent, self-sufficient, free to behave as he pleases. Ana rabbukumul ala. Fir'aun became so arrogant that he thought, I am the Rabb at Allah, not even small Rabb. Allah. He was burning living human beings in hot oil, in the big trays, used to heat oil and throw people into this. He can do anything. That's why when somebody crosses limit of misusing power, we say, you have become Fir'aun. That means you have gone to that extent. Because he is thinking, I am free to behave the way I like. Because there is no sense of accountability before God. If you understand God, who is Allah, then you will never do this. I am accountable to Him. You have been created a responsible creature. You have to understand the responsibility. I don't understand. Neither I understand Rabb, nor I understand myself. So this is the outcome. He fails to fulfill the responsibility as a Khalifa, trustee of God, and becomes might is right, becomes his policy. I can do anything. So what is going on, you see, in the world? Might is right. Israel can do anything. Even if Netanyahu is indicted, doesn't happen anything. Nobody can dare to touch him. If something happens in a small third world country, human rights, where are human rights? Gaza whole place is, no human rights are fulfilled, nobody bothers. So might is right, because Israel has power. Israel, what is Israel? Israel is the ruler of the world. All economy under his hand. All big things in the civilization which are needed, Israelis are controlled. This Mahathir Mohamad, he pointed out to this fact. People, Israelis, Jewish people, they are so small in number, but they are ruling the world. Might is right. Power is with them. You cannot help. What is man? This is the behavior. He doesn't consider himself responsible. He can simply ponder. You show yourself very powerful. What was your status when you were born? If the child is born to a king, most rich king, and to a beggar, poor person without any money, if they are, though both the babies are kept in the hospital and they exchange, there is no difference. When in baby's position, man has no differences high and low. And what happens when he dies? No difference. Dead body is dead body. Whether it is dead body of a rich man or a poor man, dead body. So all these things happen during the lifetime span. This is a reality. Nobody thinks. They think that this is the opportunity for me to enjoy my power, status. I do whatever I like. I am not accountable to anyone. Then Allah reminds, in Surah Yasin, this is there. Is man not aware that it is we who created him out of a mere drop of sperm, whereupon, lo, he dares to stand forth as an adversary and contender in the argument before his Creator. And now he argues with us, that means with Allah, thinks of us in terms of comparison and oblivious of his own origin, how he himself was created. Humble creation, nothing, he doesn't bother and argues. He becomes Rabb, Rabbakumul A'la. There is another extreme. Power, supremacy and control over other creatures induce him a misunderstanding. He regards himself inferior to other creatures, helpless. He fails to recognize his honored and dignified status in the creation and resorts to putting his faith, hopes, trust in the creatures. Depends on the creatures. This job description, ibadah, this we have discussed, aim of his existence. Ibadah, we have discussed what does it connote. These are the points to be considered, but we cannot go deeper. These are evidences from Quran. Okay. Man's duty is to fulfill the deeds. First is physical aspect, to keep the body fit and healthy. How? Eat properly, drink properly, proper sleep and rest, cleanliness and hygiene, exercise, work, activity. These are all Islamic activities. Fulfilling the needs of the body in the right way, this is an Islamic activity. It is not outside. If you are going to gym, it's an Islamic activity. Allah says, a strong believer is better than a weak believer. We have to be strong. Not only strong in body, also strong in mind and spiritually, in connection with Allah, in soul. It refers to Iman. Strong Iman is better than weak Iman. Strong thinking, strategy, applying the prophetic strategies in life, this is strong mind. Body, strong mind. Prophet ﷺ used to encourage this art of which provide archery and those things, skills.
Wrestling.
Sorry, yeah,
Wrestling.
right. Fulfill the deeds. Okay. Intelligence is due to demonstration, intellectual superiority. Man has to demonstrate he is intellectually superior to others. So what we have to do? Acquire knowledge. Knowledge of what?
Allah and
And then himself. First he should, and then Allah's, what He wants from us, and what are our duties, how to organize life. All these things belong to the area of intellect. Use the mind to reflect on Allah's wonderful creation, gain knowledge about things created, striving towards useful knowledge. Useful to not yourself, not even your family, not even your community, but useful to all creatures. Beneficial knowledge. The concept of knowledge is that which is beneficial. Ilmun nafi'. We make dua. Yes. And if it is not nafi', if it is not beneficial, then it is not knowledge. Allah has given the intellect to decide what is beneficial, what is not. This is just to explain the hadith, fitra. Yes. These things we have covered. Man's destiny, success or failure. Destiny is either you will succeed in your test or you failed. Normally we think whatever is destined, predestination, this is the area of qada and qadr. That Allah has put, we will go to hell, otherwise we are going to heaven, all those things. So this is the topic of qada and qadr. The simple way which Umar radiallahu ta'ala, he said, some thief was caught and brought before judge who said, cut the hands. He said, no, don't cut. Because it was written, I should steal. It was predestination. Then they went to Sayyidina Umar. He said, cut his hand. This is also predestination. It is written. Yes. we should cut. You do not react. If somebody is stealing your purse, what do? This is predestination, let him steal. No, you take action. So you have to think about this. Whatever you do is not predestination, there is control. Allah has given you mind to think, to decide what is, I have my responsibility to do this or to that. Then you are held responsible. So destiny is in our own hands, between the wrong path and the right path. To choose one of these two paths, and things have been made clear. Allah has given tools to decide to take action. One tool is your own intellect, the other tool is divine guidance. So use these tools and choose the action, choose the direction. This is just success. One who is successful, this is success. Otherwise, it would be harmful, leads to Jahannam. So these are the things related to that. No time to discuss. And this is dealing with the success and failure. Means in this life, which way is to be considered success, life of success, and which path is life of failure. Success and failure in ultimate sense, in real sense. Okay, when we come to dunya, this I have explained. The Arabic word in dunya is it literally means literature, and not as a term, but literally it means nearer or at hand, available to us, low and very cheap, worse. The present world is called dunya because, as a term, we call it dunya because it is immediately of interest and at hand, and it is insignificant as compared to hereafter, low, worse. There are some merits of this dunya, and there are some demerits, positive, negative, and the purpose of our life here and attitudes towards life. These are the areas to reflect upon. Merits of dunya: utilize this world to perform your job. Without this, you will not be able to do. So I think I talked about this. The example for us to understand is, the world is like water. World is like water, and our life is like a boat. Without water, boat cannot move. Without dunya, your life cannot move. So, dunya has to be considered as water for our boat of life. But what happens if dunya comes inside? That means if water comes inside the boat, you are drowned. You are drowned. The same dunya should not come in your heart. If it is kept away, it will be useful to you. But you cannot leave dunya. You have to use dunya. Dunya, there are bad things. Bad things, yes, that's why I want to live. I become ascetic. Going to jungle. Life of celibacy. These are all running away from dunya. No. Islam wants you face dunya. Perform your responsibility. If you do a good job, you are rewarded. That's why you have got family, you have got parents, you have got wife, you have got children, spouse. Husband has wife, and wife has husband. So all these things is to run the life. You must use. You should not get away from this, run away from this. No. Islam teaches dunya is made for you. Allah has created on this earth, it is for you. It is for you.
For me?
Signal. First signal. More signals will be there. Until then I will contract. Yes. Okay. To cut it short, merit is, this is for you. This is the life in this dunya is like a farmland where you can grow, put the seeds and grow plants. But all the rewards will be in Akhirah. You have to work here in a company sort of thing, but the salary will be paid in Akhirah. So this is Darul Amal. This is the place of actions. And Akhirah is Darul Jaza, the compensation. If you sow rice, you will not get mangoes there. What you sow, so shall you reap. Dunya mazratul akhirah. It's a farmland for akhirah. That's dunya. Akhirah is the real abode. So demerits is the dunya, life in dunya is, you can say demerit, because it is very short and transitory. So if you get involved in this, if you are traveling to your country and you are at airport, there is one another place you have to go, you have to stop over, and that transitory stopover, if you think, oh, this is my place, and if you get down airport, there is no place. This is only a transitory. You are on transit, not your destination. Your destination is your home country, and on the way the plane has stopped. This is transitory, temporary. but you don't think it is permanent. So we think it is permanent. This is the problem. This is not permanent. And if you also, remember this is transitory, but your behavior is not according to what is your understanding. If it is really understand this is transitory, you will not behave like this. You will not get down from the plane and busy in enjoying this and plane leaves. It's not possible. You think this is your permanent home? No. So, if you know the purpose of life, and you should know, and the attitude towards life is, our lives are trust from Allah anyway. Utilization of this world we have to utilize. Profitable utilization of all the blessings of gifts of Allah. These blessings are external and internal. These are the listed. Allah has mentioned in His Surah Luqman. But utilization should be done keeping in mind to ensure certain things, to avoid certain things. This world is for you to utilize, not to run away, but utilize. You assure yourself, avoid attachment and love, overindulgence. Love is there, but overindulgence is harmful. So such things are to be avoided. These are listed. And ensure you are mindful of Allah, awareness of Allah, consciousness of Allah, taqwa.